manipulate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You fucking mark!
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Here we go.
Hughes.
We're doing it again. We're back on a Friday before SmackDown. I know the game's still going, but you know what? Fuck the Chiefs. Nobody needs the Chiefs. And in the meantime, feast your eyes and gawk and gaze upon none other than the return of the Sleaze. Look at there he is.
There I is.
Whoa.
Bro.
What's up,
Bro.
How's the Sleaze been? Say whatever you want to the huge inverse right now. Tell him how happy you are to be back and to be wearing sunglasses indoors. It's the best.
I am ecstatic to be back. Now I'm pushing 50, so without my spectacles, I am totally blind right now.
Oh, here we go. Here we go again. We're just get ready for at least an hour and a half of shitting on pro wrestling and pro wrestlers and goofing on everything. And I know people must not be liking it out there. I'm starting to feel a little shadow banned again with all this social media now that I've been back to doing a video, showing myself on screen. And people, they hate that I'm white. They hate that I'm black. They hate that I'm talking about the wrestlers. They hate everything about me. You know,
Hate that I'm black too. So
yeah. They all think I'm a teen on the MAGA train.
Oh God.
You know, they think I'm a Kamala fan. I'm neither, by the way. We don't have to do any of that, okay?
I'd rather not. I went through almost into that bullshit, so I'm good.
Everybody's sick of it. I wasn't even gonna. I didn't really want to do a show tonight. For some reason, I was so annoyed by everything I was trying to accomplish online. I was like, "Fuck this," you know. So I'm in kind of one of those I don't care about any of this moods. But don't think it's you, Sleaze, or you guys in the audience. By the way, let me check the chat here. There he is. Still wearing the sunglasses, of course. You know what's up, Jeffrey Cross. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video. I know a lot of you are on Twitter or X, as the kids call it now. But get over to YouTube. That they seem to be the only ones that really want to play ball with us at this point. So YouTube's where it's at.
So what did X take off your preview? Like a video preview?
Yeah, like right now I just checked. Now that I'm live, it's showing the video apparently. But when the live stops, it turns into just text.
Oh.
And I just know nobody clicks on text. You know what I mean?
Enough of that.
Yeah, like look this up. Leave the video up in a preview so people can see it and they go, "What's this? This guy looks like an idiot. What's this?" If it's just the text, you know, it could be anything.
Is smoking allowed on these platforms?
Probably not anymore. Probably not. So no fun. They are labeling me as having sexual themes on Twitch. I've done 3 shows.
And they've been very sexual.
Yeah. I'm literally talking about bullshit. And I'm showing maybe it was because I showed a picture of Rikishi's ass in Paul Heyman's face.
That is sexy.
That's so silly. These people online, they're not helping me. It must be because I'm black, Sleaze. I'm gonna go with that, and we're gonna see how far we can push that. Maybe not so much on X anymore, but
Jesus Christ, what the hell?
Help,
help,
brother. All right. Anyway, so I know you've been keeping up with the wrestling a little bit. We got Survivor Series tomorrow. Do you have a take on the main event? What I assume is the main event, the Bloodline. Bloodline 1 versus Bloodline 2. They both have outsiders in the group. Bronson Reed. There's so many Bronze now. But we got Bronson Reed on the bad guy team, and we have CM Punk on the other team. Do you think there's something planned by this Paul Heyman? We all know he's sneaky.
Well, you think about it, Paul Heyman has screwed every single Paul Heyman guy he's ever had. So there's got to be something going on with CM Punk being in there because it makes no sense. You know, it's a bad look for me. CM Punk is going to do some shit.
Yeah, I mean Paul Heyman. I mean he obviously is the advocate, the wise man for Roman Reigns. And he dressed up just like Solo Sikoa. Did you notice that the other night? The red undershirt and like a gangster.
Yeah, is he saying, "Hey, I'm the actual head of whatever the fuck"?
It seems that way.
It does.
You know, that would be a cool angle, though. Have him come in and try to push to take over, not just like the regular bloodline, but both.
He even got a tan too to make himself look darker.
Yeah, got a tan, meaning he got spray painted in the back.
Yeah.
Orange spray paint. Have you heard Adam Cole's orange these days?
Oh yeah,
yellowish orange, which is like the worst kind of orange.
Yeah, at least Paul Heyman looks tan.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of looks realistic, but yeah, not Adam Cole's. Get a new spray tan guy, Adam Cole. What the fuck, man? It's awful,
bro.
Dude, bro.
That is this fucking wrestling.
Who's wrestling's all right. It's just I don't believe it because he's the size of a baby. So, what else is happening on this? Well, I'll give you my quick take on Bloodline 1 versus Bloodline 2. The first thing is Sami Zayn still sucks to me. Like Sami Zayn and all them other type of Zayns would have been better. Believe it or not, the best. I did like the original Sami Zayn trying to get in with the Bloodline, becoming the honorary Uso. All that was perfect. I don't take anything away from him with that. But as soon as he became a good guy, him and Kevin Owens won those belts. I'm like, this is going to go nowhere now. And remember, they still had them color the blue and red belts and all this. It fucking sucked. It was terrible.
It's the shits.
So they split them up. Kevin Owens is back to being fat and Karen Owens. And then we got Sami Zayn kind of just flopping around out. He did become IC champion. That kind of sucked too. They gave him the Rocky angle, which they just gave Tony D'Angelo that same Rocky angle in NXT. For me, I'm watching all that WWE shit, so I noticed that right away. I'm like, they're really reusing like storylines right now, as good as they're doing. But
what is his name? D'Angelo from fucking NXT.
Like that?
Yeah. Did you see that they actually stole some of the script from Rocky? That he was going back and forth.
Oh yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah,
it's the shits.
I'm scared. It's all right if you want to do that. I don't mind it, but don't do it on 2 shows.
No,
you're the same company.
No, it's bad.
So Sami Zayn was afraid of Gunther, and Tony D'Angelo was afraid of the Ugandan giant. I don't even remember his real name, the actual name, but
no,
he's the Ugandan giant. That's all you need. Well, or is that Omos? Maybe I'm confusing them both. Yeah, you know why? Because all black people look the same, right, Sleaze? Right? That's what people are going to say now. You better not. You racist. Jim Cornette.
Hey,
watch out.
Anybody can be anything nowadays, all right?
Exactly. Do you hear that story about Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Syndicate now, as they're called, on AEW, and they were asked during the press conference about black champions and this and that. What do you think about, well, you got black champions? He's like, who gives a shit about black champions? He's like, it's just champions now. It's normalized. Like, what the fuck? And to me, it was like, it should have been normalized a long, long time ago, because it is kind of silly. I mean, when you're doing it with the women, it makes sense. You got to call things a women's U.S. title, or else we don't know what we're talking about. But when it comes to races, that doesn't mean any. They're humans.
Yeah. Annoys me, and I agree too, is like when they say, oh, the first woman to do this, or the first black guy to do this, black woman to do this, or the first gay guy I hate that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. They have women's division and men's division. That's just the way it is. But when they're saying like, oh, this fucking trans guy was the first to do this, and it's the first person, like, stop it.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to get involved in that either. We're not talking about the trans over here. We don't do that here, Sleaze.
Are they still called trans or something else now?
No, I believe it's still trans. And I think the more I even say that, it's like saying you can't say these words, Sleaze. Okay.
You still
Even
can't,
though it's like literally the label that they give everybody, you can't say it.
but you can't say it.
Right. Well, I did, but you're not supposed to.
So you can say the word queer, right?
Don't say that.
But you can say the word.
I guess, but maybe not on here. You can't.
But if you call
You're going to
somebody,
start labeling us other stuff other than sexual deviance or whatever in that community note that they sent me. I don't know even what any of this means.
I just fucked you so bad right now.
I mean, how about is it illegal to show this? I might not be able to show this right now.
God,
So
boots, they're huge for some reason.
yeah, the kids like the big shoes. I'll break this down for you, Sleaze. I keep up with what the kids are into because it's insane. So we got the nice blue leather. You got to stick out with something. Everybody dresses like a created character, made by a 10-year-old.
Right.
So we got the nice blue leather jacket here. We got the shorts, the Spanx underneath. Looks like a onesie he might be wearing. Could be a wife beater, but with this outfit, let's just say it's a onesie.
This is bad.
And then the really big sneakers,
Right.
like the damage control wears. So
The opposite,
screen.
like in general. That was terrible.
Yeah, he sucks.
It was terrible.
Yeah, sorry, Rock. I know you're the CEO of TKO and all of WWE and all this stuff, but
Final
you know
ball.
what, dude, cut it out.
Yeah.
Nobody, we had a lot of us out here haven't been liking what you've been up to lately, and I'm an OG, like the Sleaze here. We're both OG Rock fans.
That's right.
So, sideburns, titties.
Titties.
Yep. So cut it out. Stop being so Hollywood. Stop trying to get money from people from Maui. You got all the money, Rock. We
Right.
don't have any.
None.
You think I'd be doing this if I had money to send to Maui? You're from there or something, right? Like, you fucking do it, dude.
Got Moana 2 money, bitch.
Such an idiot.
Jesus.
Cut it out. And then he gets his daughter a job, which I'm fine with. This is what happens in the real world, people. Like, some people get their kids jobs and things. But boy, was she shoehorned in there, right? I mean, she did wrestle a tidbit. You know what I'm talking about, Sleaze? On NXT?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I forget her name already, but she started out with a little faction. They tried to work it out. They were like, if she was anybody else, she'd be out of there, right? Like, they wouldn't keep her around for her mic skills, as we used to call it back in the day. They still say mic skills.
She failed as a wrestler, and normally when that happens, they boot you. But they said no, Rock's daughter, and then they put her as a general manager of all things, and she can't talk. But she's still there because she's the Rock's daughter.
Yeah, we're really putting ourselves over tonight with them. Give us some jobs, WWE. We'll fix all this. We'll fire the Rock's daughter. What else will we? We'll stun the Rock while he's wearing that outfit.
Can't talk about Shawn Michaels. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, clearly. Go to send him a picture. Hey, I got a Christmas present with your autograph, and you're blocked, Dr. Huge. Shout out to Mac Diesel's in the house. The Rock and Oprah asking my broke ass for $1. Get the fuck out of here. Exactly. Exactly. Get the fuck out of here. You crazy, The Rock? These are billionaires almost. The Rock is like A-list top of the line celebrity in Hollywood. You want money from me? You fucking kidding me? Man, like, what a heel move. Like, I wonder if how does he not know? You're in wrestling, dude. You must have known that was going to be the shits.
He must have.
Yeah,
Or-
and that was months ago.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
shit.
He seemed to have gotten over it. He became the final boss since then, and everybody kind of forgot. I didn't forget. You asked me for money, man. That's crazy. I'm over here like with Baron Corbin smashing a can on the side of the sidewalk just to get the beans out. And you're
Yeah.
like, hey, you want to give me and Oprah some money? Fuck out of here. Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
He was
ask Tony Khan.
Yeah, ask Tony Khan. Okay.
And speaking of The Rock, before we can just stay on The Rock all night. Why not? Because The Rock recently put out there that he says if you pay money to go see a musical and you want to sing, you should be able to sing.
It's the shits.
What?
Yeah.
Did I understand that correctly?
It's like he's so like out of it, like, and not like with the common people at this point. Like he's been in Hollywood and all that, so, and everybody's been kissing his ass for so long that he just doesn't understand normal human beings anymore. Or
I think that's what it is. I think he's so far out there that he doesn't know what reality is at this point.
that's what I would. Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with. Because singing in the movie theater, you know, he ain't going to movie theaters,
Hell no.
so he doesn't have to deal with it.
He's got a movie theater in his fucking mansion. Come
Probably got a movie theater in his glasses. Rock. And then he's talking about musicals and like, first of all, I wouldn't go see a musical, but if people were actually singing during a musical, I would stun them. I'd give them the crippler crossface, all that stuff.
But we would never find ourselves in that predicament.
No, thank God. But then again, you know, who knows? There are idiots out here these days, so they'll be going to the movie theater singing over Transformers or something. You know. And how about Joker 2 Foley Ado, Sleaze? Have you seen that?
I refuse to.
Me too.
I refuse to. I will say it right now. I will never see that movie.
Me neither. Yep, that's the exact take I have.
Everything I heard about it, I'm like, no. What the fuck did you do? The first one was so goddamn successful, and you just flushed it down the goddamn toilet.
Yep.
What?
Like $200 million more invested into it or whatever. It's a musical. It's the shits. Joker and they call Foley Ado. At least have mankind in it.
You know, to be honest with you, as soon as they said that was the name of it, I'm like, there's something wrong.
Yep. I saw the name. I saw musical. I saw Lady Gaga, and
It's the shits.
It's the shits.
To me, it was the Foley and Lady Gaga, and I'm like, no, not at all.
And then I've heard, by the way, everybody, spoiler alerts, because who cares? Anybody with a brain doesn't want to see this piece of shit. So you got Harley Quinn as Lady Gaga, right? And then they're randomly singing in prison because the Joker's in prison at this point. He gets his cheeks taken by the guards and then gets abandoned by Harley Quinn and then gets stabbed by the real Joker.
It's the shits.
What? What's going on?
That's exactly how the movie went.
It was Todd Phillips that did that movie, right? Like he did the first one too.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to like that, Sleaze, I guess.
I love
you. You being all white and stuff.
Well, I can't help it.
Stop liking that stuff, man.
I'll do better.
So they made a movie for a little bit of money. It turned out to be like this huge thing. Then they're like, whoa, we don't want you to like this. So they ruined it for everybody that liked the movie and lost money for your production companies. Like, how does that make any sense? And clearly you're not going to get any other. But that's the thing. I think that a lot of this is everything's rigged. You know, like they're doing this stuff on purpose, obviously, they don't care how much money they lose still.
No, it's like an experiment. They don't give a shit. It used to be, hey, we're going to go out there and make money. And now they're just like, oh, I wanted them to go back like Hollywood and entertainment to like being artists, but this is going way too far. Like, oh my God, they're putting out fucking garbage.
Yep, just pushing the propaganda for everything, and just like I don't know. Just they're not focusing on the stories. It like exactly what the WWE was doing. Remember, week to week, like from 2016 to 2020, or even past that with that whole digital board era. But that for the most part was awful. It didn't. Nothing made sense. They would work a storyline and they would disappear. Nobody would be injured. It would just be done. It like fuck you, Hollywood. At this
Yeah.
point, like, can we just be done with celebrities and Hollywood and just that whole idea that they run anything? And on the flip side of that, I definitely don't want more AI stuff out here, because the
Right.
AI stuff is just flooding everything. But
No.
But
We're-
Hollywood, man, $250 million plus on a movie just to troll.
right.
Okay.
I feel like fucking with us. Like they visibly sat in a boardroom and said, how much can we fuck with America? Because we got a ton. We don't give a shit if we lose. It's really stupid.
That's cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Big hug.
Anyway, we got another War Games match tomorrow with the women. So there's two of them, of course. We got Rhea, who's got the whole face mask thing. They just keep making her prettier and prettier every week, huh? She just looks great. Yeah. Being sarcastic, by the way. She ain't looking great. And she's covered in tattoos, and I hate that. And that's gross. And what else?
When she had her first push, like, and everybody was really about it, it was fine. Then she got hurt by Liv Morgan that first time.
Mhm.
Back, I was done with it.
Me too. The kids aren't done with it, though. Like, they see the vampire makeup and all this stuff, and it just keeps getting darker and darker. And it's like,
Yeah, it's enough.
stop. You know, like you're trying to be ugly now. Like, don't do that.
She needs to be rebranded so badly. It's not funny.
For us, at least. Like I said, the kids are eating this up, and that's going to be like a theme of the show, I think, moving forward. Because I ran a poll like last week and asked everybody, what do you think about the "what do you want to think about" catchphrase from Cody Rhodes? And turns out everybody likes it.
What do we want to talk about?
The majority like that.
What the fuck is that?
67% were like, no, Dr. Huge, you're wrong.
What do we want to talk about?
Yeah.
How does anybody like that? It sounds
It's so cringe. It is the cringiest shit ever. And this kind of leads me into the whole PG era talk I've been hearing again, especially out of Vince Russo.
Bro.
And his people. I looked through the comments of some of his videos, and people are like, how does anybody watch WWE that's an adult? It's so PG. It's like, where have you guys been?
Bro.
It's like, it's been insanely PG for years. And now at very least, it's making sense. So if it's making sense and it's still PG, okay, I'll take it. But with Netflix coming around, we have some hope of it getting edgier on there, which maybe it will. But for everybody to be jumping on and go, I was kind of like taken back by it. I'm like, wow, everybody, they seem to still watch it, but they're like, oh, PG. Well, and how do the adults watch it? And Vince Russo is like heading this.
But have they watched the last like year and a half, 2 years? They've been pushing it a little bit. I mean, when The Rock came back, he was swearing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's been like more, I don't want to say mature fucking storylines, but they've been pushing it a little bit. It's not attitude era shit. And at this point, like, I look at the attitude era sometimes now and I'm like, oh my God, that's pretty fucking bad, because it was a different time. But they have been pushing that PG shit.
Yeah, I mean, for a long time. And that's why I just don't understand it seemed like these people were just like disgusted, like, oh, it's so PG now. I'm like, it's good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's PG, of course. And why wouldn't a company want to do that? If your main market are going to be kids, you got fucking fans for life. Of course you want kids to be your main fans. Not us, but but WWE, it makes all the sense in the world. You sell all your merchandise, you got merch table Jey Uso out there. I mean, of course.
But now it seems like, as opposed to the Vince McMahon, I don't want to say era, but when he owned the company, he was really pushing towards more kid shit and forgetting about us.
Mhm.
And now it seems like they're pushing characters towards us too. Where you got both spectrums. You got the little kids, the teenagers, and you got the fucking the hardcore fans, I call them, the adults.
That's like how I see Gunther, like Gunther is like more for the adults.
Right.
And he's like the working champion and all this stuff. And that's why I was upset when he lost to Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel, because I'm like, I understand because I just see through it. It's a money move. It's obviously wrestling. It doesn't really matter. But now they've kind of turned Gunther into this weasel heel. And that doesn't fit him at all. Like, he's the dominant heel.
I'm not liking that, because every time I'm looking at like highlights now, he's on the ground.
Mhm.
What the fuck is happening right now? It's not down good.
So you love Gunther.
Yes.
You love Kaiser, Ludwig Kaiser, right?
I love him.
You send them love letters and stuff, right?
I do.
Yep. So Ludwig is taking on Sheamus and Braun Breaker for the IC championship. Do you think anything's going to change with that belt?
No, I don't think they have any plans for that.
Yeah. I could see them sneaking it on the Sheamus, because Braun Breaker really doesn't need a belt, but he's just new and he's already lost it once to Sami Zayn. Then they put it right back on him. It could be one of those deals where they just take it off and put it on him. You know what I mean? For a while.
No, I think what they should do is just have him in that mid card for a while, because he's a main event guy. But they shouldn't be pushing him right to the big belts. Like, he should be going around that. But I don't think he should get the IC or even the US title for a while. Just go in there, do your fucking Braun Breaker shit, and be done for a while.
Yep. Go in there, do your super spears.
Mm-hmm.
Super spears. You know why as soon as I heard that, I'm like, they're doing that because everybody does a spear.
Yeah, because everybody does a spear now.
Then we got LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura is back with black eye paint, which I don't mind. He's kind of getting darker here, like Japanese horror film. They're keeping the storyline thing backstage because he refuses to learn English. Just refuses. He's like, fuck English. I'm never going to learn that shit. I can be in America for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be like...
He's wearing his dark Jedi robes because he's cosplaying.
Yep. The dark jet. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it is.
You could never walk up an escalator with that outfit.
Hell no, it's dangerous.
And LA Knight, of course, super over. I've been telling everybody this before he was even on, WWE. It took him long enough. I mean, the guy's damn near 100 years old at this point, but hey, he's out there. He's got a championship. I think it's the perfect belt for him to have for a while. So, of course, I don't see him losing that to Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, Nakamura is just kind of in that area where he's just going to be a bad guy jobber for like life now, it seems like.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. It's like he's stuck in that position and he's good at it. I don't necessarily like him with a title. I like him being like the villain to whoever's got it.
Remember he won Royal Rumble like just 2-3 years ago or whatever? How crazy is that?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, he actually won the Royal Rumble and like nothing came of it.
But I think they figured out that he wasn't a guy.
Yep.
He just, the English is the big thing. You have to learn English.
Yeah, really. And if you don't know English, you got to be hot. So
yeah. and he's past his prime. He's getting up there in age. So he's not the Shinsuke from 10 years ago.
Right. Sorry, Shinsuke. You're still one of my favorites.
Oh, I love him, but that's the reality.
Yep. It's face the facts.
Yeah, you're getting old, just
Yep.
like.
Oh wait, we never even finished the women's war games. We got to Rhea, and I was like, whatever, you know what I mean? But like, I'll give you the teams: Rhea, Bianca, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bailey. So Bailey is kind of trying to get in the good graces of Bianca Belair. Jade Cargill was supposed to be on this team, but then she was like slammed through a car, what looked to be by Braun Strowman. But the verdict's still out on that. Could be him. I haven't seen him around. So, and then we got on the other side, you got the Judgment Day girls of Liv and Raquel. You got Nia and her girls, Tiffy and Candice LeRae. And I really like, me, I like the bad guys. I think the good guys are good in this too, but they're probably going to lose because they got so much drama going on. And the bad guys are just like, yeah, we're bad guys, Like, we don't like each other still, but Nia Jax has her little blonde girls and Liv has her bodyguard, and it all makes sense over there.
I'm hoping this is all an excuse for a bunch of people to beat the bag out of Rhea Ripley.
Me too.
Just built up to that, where it's like everybody on that team has something against Rhea Ripley. It doesn't even matter about Bailey and Bianca and anybody else. It's all of those girls or women that want to beat the shit out of Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley isn't even liked on her own team.
I know, nobody likes her. It's sad.
That would be cool ending to War Games tomorrow for like the good guys lose and then they all just gang up on Rhea Ripley and like just stomp her out.
Yeah, I think either way, she's getting an ass beating from several people.
Did you see a few months ago, when Nia Jax kind of first came back, she came in and attacked, I believe, a few people, but one of them being Rhea Ripley. And when she gave her the bonsai splash, she gave it to her like all her weight. And then she started slapping her.
Yeah. Why haven't we seen that match? Have we seen that match in like any kind of big capacity?
Probably just on Smack. Actually, no, they must have fought recently. They had to have.
I just can't. I can't remember. I'd pay to see that shit.
Yeah, me too. There's so much wrestling. I can't remember what happened 6 months ago. It's kind of wild like that because there's so much of it and so many pay-per-views and my goodness.
So deep now too, and it's not like they're taking the stories and having the same story for like 3 weeks. It changes constantly, but it's very consistent. Yep. So that's why I'm enjoying it now, where it's like, holy shit, it's like an actual story.
Finally. Y2 just incredible without the E. Nia, still the best eyes in the business. That's right. You got a crush on her.
Mentioned Justin when you started talking about Nia.
Wow, Justin. You going to smash that finally?
We should.
We got to get to one of these shows and then find Nia Jax for you. Bring her up to the hotel room so you can stank it up.
Get the dust off that Y2J fucking jacket.
Yes. And you got to be coming on soon. It's a whole deal. It's so easy to do now. There's no more, the Zooms and the Skypes and all that. That's the old days. That the boomers do that, right, Justin? You're no boomer. So
he's a boomer at heart.
Yeah, fuck all these old people, right, Sleaze? Not us.
Not us.
Nope. We're no boomers. And what's up, Michael Berry Sr. in the house? I'd like to replace Rhonda with Matt Eberflus. Same concept. Wow. He's bringing in football into this even.
Going on? I didn't even know what he was saying.
The Bears. He's talking Bears.
Oh, they fired their coach, huh?
Well, I would have. Shit, they should have.
Oh, your audio's off. Well, it stinks because if you guys can still hear me, I can't read any of your comments. So I can't talk about shit until he gets this fixed. I'm so confused. Oh, there's the chat. Oh, so I read that he wanted me to take over, which I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. I'm
Okay,
so.
how about now?
Oh, there you
How
are.
the fuck did that happen?
What
I
the
didn't even
fuck
touch
happened?
anything. I looked around and I finally found one. Everything said it was not muted except for one little thing in the corner that I had to extend to see.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah, I
Alrighty.
don't. I was playing with my soundboard. I wasn't even playing with anything over here serious. So anyway, hey, we got that figured out.
Wow.
That's right. Shit was fucked, but it's back.
Well, I figured out how to get the chat up now, so that's cool.
Yep. I mean, this is pretty cool. We can talk shit about Michael Berry Sr. without actually saying it, like on the screen.
Michael Berry, he put the Sleaze as the modern day DB Cooper. Y'all just in time for Thanksgiving. I don't know what the fuck that meant.
I don't know what that means either. He's talking crazy. The government has went too far. They tried. I figured it out. Tech wizard over here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. So back to shitting on these wrestlers.
Yep. That's what we do.
So yeah, that was done. I mean, we got the women. That's pretty cool. We got the men's thing. That's cool. And that does it for expect all that. What me and the Sleaze just said tomorrow on Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And then next up on the agenda, what I want to talk about. What do you want to talk?
What do we want to talk about?
Right.
People would like the podcast if I act more cringe.
I think you should. I think the kids would like you more.
Yep. I'll go. What do you want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about?
Russo. We'll talk about Vince Russo.
Bro.
There he is.
This guy's still around. Fuck.
Still around. That's the first thing I did. I'm like, I'm going to be talking about wrestling again. I at least want to hear a few other takes other than myself and just like the people online. So of course I'm going to go Vince Russo, Jim Cornette, Eric Bischoff. Not in that order, but those I'll listen to those guys and just get their takes because they always have white hot takes. And Vince Russo, I think we did already talk about this, that it's too PG. We did talk about this already, bro. The fuck am I talking about? That whole thing got me shooketh. My sound going off. Coach's team Vince Russo now?
Bro.
What?
Wow.
Oh, it's swirled.
Bro.
He's not in the lawsuit?
Bro.
Fuck.
You heard that? There's more news on that today that's just broke maybe like a couple hours ago.
Oh, I didn't
about the fecal victim there or whatever.
Yeah.
My thing is, Sleaze, I heard she was 40 years old.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird. If you're a 40-year-old lady, you shouldn't be shit on by your boss.
I'm just saying, couldn't you say no to these things?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe a naive, like 22-year-old.
But no even that, even that. A naive, stupid idiot that's 22 years old.
Right.
You're still an adult. You don't have to, get passed around by an 80-year-old.
Yeah.
So I just think that's weird.
Yeah, I think it is too. And especially because she's like an older lady. I'm not, saying certain things, whatever. But yeah, it's like what they were paying her wasn't like millions and millions of dollars. It was a lot of money and they gave her a fake title. But it's like still, didn't you think to yourself, like, this shit probably shouldn't be going on? Like there's something in your fucking brain.
It's just weird to me that like adults are allowed to get away with this stuff. And like, I get it. Like, I get the whole Diddy party, Epstein like aspect of all this and Mad Men type of, you don't want to have a workplace that is abusing people like this or thinking they can't get ahead without doing certain things.
Right.
But if there is a place like that there, like say WWE was just like, hey, Dr. Huge, we would like you to come in and do this or whatever. And then in the first week, Vince is like, hey, if I shit on you and you get fucked by Brock Lesnar and stuff, like, then I'll make you executive producer and blah, blah, blah. I would, what I would say? I go, nope.
Yeah, I'd get the fuck out.
Say bye.
About it. Like I was saying, there's something in her head where she was like, had this sick, like, okay, everything's about me right now. Because any sane person would have been like, fuck you. Like,
let's just say it's an 80-year-old woman doing this to me. No to all of it.
No.
So best creative ever. He was pretty good at creative, I gotta tell you. He had a lot of misses, but he had some home runs there as well. I mean, Gold Dust, can't beat that.
So did Weinstein. He had a lot of good movies too.
Yeah.
So
look at that. Look at the sleaze. He's making connections here.
Aha.
Yep. Mae Young, she gave birth to a hand from Mark Henry.
She probably shit on somebody. God rest her soul.
Maybe. I mean, I'm just allegedly in the sleaze's opinion, YouTube TOS.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share and send this all around. Send it to everybody on the internet.
Yep, especially at 46 and 52.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But one last thing before we get off this lady, no pun intended. The picture they always use for her looks like she's 20. So I'm not certain. Maybe she was in her 20s. But even if, like I said, even so, you're still technically an adult, right?
Right.
But then if you're just 40, that's just crazy to me. That's kind of like, really?
Well, when the fabulous Moolah was raping girls, she took.
Whoa! You got to say grape.
Graping girls.
Okay.
What they do online now, they'll change the fucking. Yeah, okay. I'm with it.
All right, bros. So don't do whatever Vince was doing, right? It wasn't cool, but I don't think he should like.
Allegedly.
Allegedly not cool. And he shouldn't. You should never do any of that stuff. But that's how I think the games are played at that level of like money and corporate what would you call it? Like status. Like you're just using things to get ahead, which is actually fine because like I said, since Vince has been gone, things have actually been way better as far as entertaining Dr. Huge over here. So see, old man, you were actually the shits the past several years.
It's the shits.
I mean, you did kill it during the 80s and some of the late 90s and all this, but woo, they were writing the show before the show started. Like it was the Dr. Huge show. Like who does that?
Or we don't even write it.
Yeah, or just not even rated at all. So and Vince was probably doing the same things. You know, he's like, I'm too busy, you know, sexually transporting women state to state, right? That's also ridiculous too. That whole idea of what's the term?
Trafficking?
Yes, that. I mean, WWE is a fucking traveling carnival, isn't it?
Yeah, so it makes sense. They were trafficking.
Whatever.
But it goes back to what we were talking about another famous person. See, I really got to think about what I'm going to say now, because I feel like people are going to take it as I don't know, out of context, or I'm saying something else. But these people get to a certain level with money and power that they feel like they're untouchable, like they can do whatever they want. Like maybe we can't understand it because we're broke, but I don't. It's just they have no reality.
Yeah, they're not in the same world as we are. Definitely, you know. It's just like the Ellen DeGeneres stuff. Like her whole set looking like Epstein Island. How wild is that?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's like, and then she leaves the country.
Yeah.
Oh man, like that's not a good look.
Oh, she wasn't waiting for the hammer to fall. Fuck that.
And I don't even think anything's gonna happen. Nothing ever happens with any of this. There's too many powerful people involved. Nobody wants to let everybody into the whole like who's manipulating who at that level. They just, you know.
Well, Epstein's been dead for what? Probably close to 10 years. I don't know. And his girlfriend there is still in prison, and we haven't.
Yep. Okay, keep talking. Why is it you can't talk over the sample? I can't hear you over the sample. All right, I'm gonna shut this off. That's fucking stupid.
Oh my god, I must be heard.
I gotta fix all of this stuff, man. Yeah, the audio. Everything else is like perfect, but the audio situation is like really weird on here. Anyway, I was trying to play you some creepy music behind that, but
I heard it.
Sorry, broke your whole flow.
I don't even know what I was talking about now.
Yeah, we were talking about sex trafficking for some reason. Anyway, let's talk about AEW. I'm sure they're not having any sex trafficking over there, you know, unless it's willful. Okay.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yep. They keep Adam Cole and MJF and all them little guys in a cage and bring them around. And put them on the buses and bring them city to city and stuff, and then they let them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what goes on, but MJF to me is kind of stale. He just comes out and he's like, I'm an asshole, and it's like, yeah, we get it. Like, but there's really nothing else to it. And then they paired him up with Adam Cole for this huge angle that's been going on off and on for this whole time. He's yellow and dwarf size, and I don't care about it.
I liked MJF. I thought he was the only thing that was good in AEW for so long. And then he left and came back and just got terrible. Like just horrible. Like he had like, yeah, you know, I'm the fucking rich kid entitled. I love that whole gimmick. I don't know what the fuck he's doing right now. I have no clue. He looks like he's doing blackface, like he's so darkly tanned, and he's got an afro. Like, what's going on?
I don't know. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna call him up and ask him after this. You know, what's going on, MJF? You wearing blackface now? That's what I heard.
Yeah. I just recently saw a video. I'm like, no, he's doing blackface.
Him and Finn Balor, right?
Him and Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, he stopped that years ago. He knew better.
Yeah.
You know?
Haven't seen the demon.
Somebody got a hold of him and said, listen, this is way too much blackface every pay-per-view. Okay.
Get dread first.
Damn it. The audio sucks. This audio fucking sucks so bad. So yeah, MJF stale, Adam Cole's yellow, the Young Bucks stink still. They're the EVPs. Sleaze, have you heard this?
Yeah, I wish. I hate them more than I hated them the last time we were doing this. Like I didn't know it was possible because I fucking hated them. But now it's like it's to the point where it's pure hatred. Everything they do, I want to punch something, and I'm not a violent person.
What am I reading here? Alicia Stout fucked MJF up. How is that? Oh, was that his girlfriend? Was she was the one going out with him that was like engaged to him or whatever?
He really got beat up?
Oh, or like fucked up in real life, or I don't know. We'll find out in a second. Yes. So yes. Do I have yeses around here?
I'm coming for you, motherfucker!
Close enough. No, they date now. Oh, so yeah. He's getting all fat and happy, and yeah. I mean, it's bad for business.
So that makes you less talented?
Yeah, I've noticed if I have a girlfriend, I'm way less talented, or a wife. Oh, if I ever had a wife, I'd be the shits.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think that's how it works, Sleaze. And no offense to anybody out there, I'm sure it works for you guys.
That was my problem before.
Yep, I was telling my brother that today. Recently married. I said, "Yeah, good job."
Dumbass.
Great girl.
Great girl.
Yeah,
haven't met her, but
she's great. But for me, in my personal expert opinion, I think marriage in this day and age is kind of like played out, bro. Why don't you go fucking do leg drops, as your finisher too?
Yeah.
The big boot, the whole deal.
It's terrible. It's a dead institution. It's everyone leaves hating each other and owing each other money, and it's great. Fucking great.
I have to mute myself when you talk, just because any little noise I make like cuts you out. So,
oh Jesus,
fucking insane. Orange Cassidy, let's play a clip. Look at this top main vein.
Top main.
This out.
Fuck.
Look at this. Everybody can see this. Let's play it. This is one of my favorite things from the past week. But this is basically, to me, AEW in a nutshell, and why I need to start watching it more because, WWE, it is what it is. It's a PG product. But before, when we were doing the show, it was way easier to make fun of because it was so, Vince McMahon's outrageous and he would do a lot of stupid stuff and nothing made any sense. Now it all makes sense. Even if we think it's stupid, it still kind of makes sense. So you can't how are you going to goof on it? Because, when Merch Table Jey Uso is coming out here and is like making millions of dollars, coming to your city, then, we goof on it and it's like, yeah, okay, well, they're making millions of dollars doing it. And it's like, yeah, well, okay. So, but these guys, on the other hand,
rest of the Death Riders look on and the thing is,
you suck.
This would require.
All right. First of all, Jon Moxley, he's been taken over. I don't know if you know who's John. Dean Ambrose.
Ambrose, that's right.
He has the Death Riders group now, which is the old black school combat thing, whatever they called it, and he's taking over the Superstation. Probably going to play Three's Company. Like on a loop now that he's taking it over, but I think this is leading up to that. And then when he does take over the Superstation, he's going to play Three's Company like forever. Because remember, that was like a rerun when we were young, at least.
That
on
sounds
PBS. Yeah.
and it's terrible.
An organized effort
So he's pissed.
to stop. It can't just be one or two guys because
And
the
Orange
Death Riders
Cassidy is
outnumber-
trying to stop it from happening. Let me give you a little context. This is the only thing I saw from last week's Dynamite or the week before, whatever it was. And Orange Cassidy told his crew backstage, his crew of like losers and dorks and nerds. And he said, listen, I'm going to take him on by myself and I'm going to do this and I'm doing, you just stay back here. And he's like really animate with this as far as Orange Cassidy goes. Like, don't do it. I got this. So this is where he ends up.
number them. This would need to be a concerted effort. The entire locker room
Nobody
needs to
comes out
empty
mindful.
right now to protect Orange Cassidy in our AEW World Championship match this Saturday night at Full Gear.
Just being kicked around, all five. Oh, come that's on. A knockout punch is what that was. Give me a break. And they're not done. He's helpless. He's absolutely helpless. Is there anybody back there?
As
You can't
now-
tell me everybody's gone.
Oh, look at that. Just a right hand. Unabated.
So we get what's going on so far, right? They're trying to get babyface heat for him, and they're going to beat up the good guy, and none of his friends are going to come out, which still, even if you told your friends, hey, just let me get my ass, like, what? That doesn't make any sense. So then we finish up, and it just makes it so much better.
Look at this.
Here we go.
These
Show him
five
what's up,
individuals,
Orange.
these five despicable
Oh,
individuals.
shit.
Well, Orange Cassidy said, guys, he would do this on his own. And basically, that's what he's doing this on his own.
Then he
That's
just
what
gets laid. Fucking laid to waste, as Corey Graves says.
He's 125 pounds. Like, why is it believable he's a wrestler? And he's still doing the kicking in the shin shit? Like, that was 10 years ago.
It's when I first saw this clip, I was laughing my ass off. Like if that was what they were going for, it didn't make me feel bad for him. I was more like, oh, cool. Like, I like this, you know? But even still, the Death Riders doing it doesn't feel like NWO. It doesn't feel like you name it. Any badass group with like Evolution or whatever, when they would gang up on somebody, DX. This doesn't have that same feeling to me. And I think it's because it's not because Pac isn't good or Claudio isn't great or Moxley. It's that they're all just like a little bit subpar than all the guys I had mentioned before from the old days in the groups. You know what I mean?
They don't look like they belong together. You know what I mean? Like, when I think of cliques, I think of people that are like buddies and they form a group. Like the NWO were all buddies before it blew up to nonsense. Like DX were all buddies. These guys look like they don't belong. So it's not believable.
And then on top of it, they're not beating up Sting. They're not beating up Batista or like some other huge top guy. They're beating up fucking Orange Cassidy, dude. Like, okay. Like he can't even fight back. He just showed you.
No, he was kicking in the shins. That's just, they're beating up a little kid. Like, that's the way I saw it.
I'm not saying Orange Cassidy shouldn't be on the show and shouldn't be a part of any of this or whatever. It'd be fine, but this is main event type shit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it's the shits.
It's the shits.
Mm-hmm. Totally. So cut it out, Tony Khan, or keep it up so we can have something to talk about.
Yeah, keep it up.
Yep. We already went over the Young Bucks. They suck. They're EVPs now. Mox's group is mad to me. I already kind of said that. Orange Cassidy's ridiculous, and every time I turn on AEW, he's generally the first thing I see. They had him coming out first for every show for like 8 months at one point.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind because what's the logic behind that? It's like he's not a known commodity or anything else. Like Orange Cassidy to start your show?
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's like, I'm not going to knock the people they have. They have good talents, stuff like that. The wrestling matches themselves in general are pretty good.
Yeah.
But when you think about the storylines and where they go and where they don't go and segments they have, it doesn't make sense. Like, they need somebody that knows how to write shit. And I don't know if it's 100% Tony Khan coming up with this horse shit or the Young Bucks, but they need to hand it over because it's not working.
Yeah, it feels like they're stuck in that Vince zone right now where it's just all discombobulated. It's all over the place. Like one week there's like a whole different card than the next week. There's no continuation of storylines generally from what I've seen. I'm sure they do it a little bit, but not like WWE. You got to step your game up. If you're actually trying to compete with the WWE or just NXT, NXT does this. Just do what they're doing. They're going to small venues. They make sense. They push certain guys. They keep them there for a while. They may take some guys off of TV, whatnot, to try out some other guys. But AEW is just like, it's almost like you're shuffling a deck every week. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, NXT over the years, it's like they'll try something. If it doesn't work, they pivot. You know what I mean? If they try something else and it doesn't work, they pivot. And they're good at doing that. AEW, like, refuses to sit there and say, like, hey, we're not selling out big venues. Let's go to a smaller venue. This storyline's not working. They'll beat it to the fucking ground. They're not listening to the people at all, just like Vince wasn't.
Yep. Yeah. Pretty much. And that's that key thing. Even if the people out there are annoying, which they are, I mean, one of the things that seems to be working for him, even though people seem to be hating on it, is the Big Boom stuff. Big Boom AJ and his kids, the Rizzler over here. I mean, that's the shit.
AEW does need the sleaze and the doctor. Jesus Christ, who the I'd love to be in the middle of these writing sessions because I'd be like,
not even to be a part of it. Like, we could just keep doing this and, and help out their promotion as far as just actually explaining what people want through the chat and everything else. And I'm sure they got their own shows and things possibly, or affiliates, but fuck them. They suck. They're not as cool as us. They don't know as much as us, even Bubba Ray Dudley, because, we all know fat people are stupid, right?
a lot of the new people, welcome, that are watching the show. Back in the day, it was almost factitious that we would say something and literally a week or two WWE would use it. You know what I mean? It really got to that point. It wasn't a fucking coincidence. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe we need to sit here and do this, and Tony Khan can get his llama-looking head fucking out of his ass and write a good fucking story.
We're getting over with all of them, I'm sure, tonight. They're all looking at us like, man, they've been calling us all kinds of names. I can't wait to hire them. Oh, my God. Fucking... Yeah, I mean, Tony Khan, you do have the money. I mean, you might as well give it to us.
You got a lot.
We'll burn it for you.
Yeah, fuck right.
Yep. I heard you like cocaine, right? So.
Hey, I went to Fight for the Fallen with Just Incredible.
That's right. You've been to, I've never actually been to an AEW show, but this guy has, expert over here.
Mm-hmm.
AEW expert.
It was actually really good. They put on a fucking great show.
It was in the Jacksonville Plaza, right?
Yeah, it was in a smaller venue, and it was packed, and it worked.
Luchasaur ass.
Can he take that fucking mask off? Like, Luchasaur ass.
Oh, here's some news. Have you heard? The Hardy Boys are officially TNA.
Yeah, they re-signed for another year. Hopefully they live to be that long.
I just don't want to see Matt Hardy out there moving like a robot. It freaks me out.
Like, a lot of the talk online is like, oh, good, because they got a good relationship with WWE and they can do stuff with them. I don't want to see them. I think it's done. Like, their bump card has been punched way too many fucking times. Like, and I don't know how many times that Jeff Hardy can go to rehab. Like,
the bump card. It's got the marks on it, like on all over it. It's not even a card anymore.
It's like the corners are taken off.
Yep. And then Lee, what is it? Xia Li, what she was known as in WWE, she's over there at TNA now too. She's Li Ying Li. And the funny thing about that is Lee is spelled differently in that name. So Lei and then Lee. Like, what's the point, Chinese people? Like, How does that make any sense? Why would it be Li Li? You know, Li Ying Li?
There's a lot of fucking thought during that.
Because I read it and I'm like, wait a second, that seems, these Chinese names seem a little redundant. You know, like, can't we just have one?
There goes the Chinese people too.
Oh yeah, we lost all them. Now I have to do an apology video like John Cena. Remember his apology? I'm so sorry. I said Li Ying Li and it wasn't cool, and you should only use one Li since it's spelled differently.
Right.
I feel like calling myself Bob Jim Bob. You know? You know, like, but the first Bob is spelled B-O-B-B. You know?
Yeah. Well, that makes the difference.
I hate that stuff. Hate it. Cut it out, Li Ying Li.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's hot, so I'm glad she's going to be back on TV. Funny story about her. I remember watching her on NXT a few years back. And remember Aaliyah, super hot, like Middle Eastern chick. At least she looked like it. Yes. And she was wrestling her. She kicked her in the face like so fucking hard that it, like her face blew up. And she was backstage, and I don't mean to laugh. It wasn't like this hilarious thing. But what I thought was funny was afterwards, I go online and I'm on Twitter or whatever, and I just see this picture of her like bleeding all over the place. And she's just like, she's dangerous and, you know, get her out of here. And she's the worst and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow. I'm like, you're really throwing her under the bus. I'm like, it is NXT, you know?
Oh, God.
But she did blast her in the face. So
I love that Liv Morgan just keeps breaking shit on Rhea Ripley, not to get off AEW fucking shit. What are you doing, magic over there? What's going on?
Trying to get the focus back.
Oh,
look how fuzzy I am. There we go.
I can't see. I'm blind. I'm like Dell.
How cool is Liv Morgan now, though? Please elaborate.
Oh, God. And Jim Cornette keeps shitting on her still. She has come so fucking far. Like, as a wrestler, she's always been pretty good, but she's gotten really good. And just her character she's playing now is just, it's perfect.
Yeah, she's hilarious. You know, the whole boyfriend stealer and booty shorts and getting arrested for weed and stuff. All that rules.
Oh, it's great. It's a total package.
It's just, her and Dominic Mysterio looks like the biggest scumbag in the world.
I love Dominic Mysterio. Like, there is nothing he can do that's wrong in my eyes. Like he is such a scumbag.
He should have your name, really. Like
I should send him a fucking t-shirt. Like, really. He is the sleaze. I bow to him.
He's the top sleaze in the business right
now. See, we were gone too long. Some kid comes along, takes my shit.
Yeah. You know, I was looking it up the other day. There's like 100 sleazes now.
I know. I did too. Because I wanted to look up something for my girl, and I'm like, holy shit, everyone's I got to copyright this.
And then we have the Hurt Syndicate, which we already talked about in AEW, which is probably, in my opinion, the best thing they got going, even though they kind of are fucking it up in some ways with like the other night I'm watching it, and the Hurt Syndicate's outside doing an interview, and Swerve Strickland literally just runs up to them and like pushes them all in the ground, kind of like side swipes them all by himself, right. And then it laughs and runs off, and I'm like, what is this, fucking middle school? You know, like, what are you just gonna push people to the ground and then run away? Like,
yeah, like, what the fuck? I agree. They are probably the most promising thing going on right now. But yeah, I saw that too, and I'm like, yeah, well, that's not helping.
So yeah, keep it up, you Hurt Syndicate. We like you. We like your theme song. That theme song is a banger.
Yeah. I'm actually glad that WWE let them go, because they weren't doing anything with them, and they all three still have so much talent. But I just didn't want. I wanted them to go to like TNA. I think in the end it's just going to piss us off.
It doesn't seem to be anything. A lot of things don't seem to be working in AEW long term.
No.
Like they have little periods for people here and there where it's like, oh, this seems cool, but this is one of the things they got to keep this going. That Josh Barnett blood sport happened recently, and I know MVP was on there. Yeah, you gotta get everybody, all these people out there, just like WWE is using GCW, putting some of their people on there. Like everything is like going perfectly, except for the edginess on WWE and the cohesiveness on AEW. Like if those two things can just happen, then I think we're like going to hit another golden age. But leading up to it right now, Cody Rhodes is your top guy doing
What do we want to talk about?
every fucking week, doing the Batman voice. Like that fucking sucks. It's already old to me. I know the kids like it or whatever. They like the Rhea Ripley face mask. Oh, she's scary. And remember the Terror Twins a few months ago?
Oh, yeah.
How all that sucked.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That's the stuff we need to get away from.
That was another Rhea Ripley thing where I'm just like, God, no. Like, just let Damian Priest do his fucking thing.
Exactly. And then we have tonight, SmackDown, not SmackDown Live anymore. It's just SmackDown again. But Nakamura versus Andrade. We already spoke about Nakamura. I mean, how you can't have the guy lose, right? He's about to take on LA Knight for the title, so we know what's going to happen with that, most likely, unless he cheats. And then we got another match. Michin, who I can't, honestly, I thought she was gone. I thought the whole hardcore, we're going to make her gangsta deal was like her last hurrah, and it didn't seem like it really got over, but she's still kicking. She's still there.
Yeah. I forgot she was alive, to be honest.
She's taking on Piper and Lash Legend. It's a triple threat for the U.S. title in one of those tournaments because they're bringing back, mid cards for the women. There's already a shitload of belts. I'm kind of like, I don't know really what my take is with as far as more belts, because it seems like there's so many. Like, do we really need two more? But then again, it's like, I'm kind of good with it. The women need mid cards just to. Otherwise, the women's tag belts, nobody cares about those.
There's two sets of those, right?
One now. I think they got rid of the NXT ones.
Good, because that's a waste of time.
Yeah.
I think there should only be one heavyweight belt. I don't think there needs to be two. You can have the Intercontinental and US, I guess. But when you're splitting up tag team belts, I think that's, especially in this day and age where tag team wrestling is like dead. Why is there two versions of any of them?
Got the two men's on NXT and WWE. That seems to be normalized now. They have kind of cut back on all that.
Good.
Yeah, having the two with the women was just outrageous. But they so all right. You know what? I'm for it. They got rid of the women's tag and they're gonna add two mid cards. I'm better with that. They even added a mid card in NXT with that North American for the women, so
right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What else is happening? Cody is taking on Carmelo tonight.
What do we want to talk about?
Yeah.
I got to be gentle because Mama Sleaze loves Cody. All right. But when Cody first came back, I was actually, and you know me, I've never really been a Cody fan. When he was in AEW, I didn't like him. I gave him a chance when he came back. I think his run was good. But as soon as he won that title, I'm like, that's it. Like, he's a one-trick pony. He had that one storyline, and now he's just a marketing machine. Like, there's nothing interesting about him every single night he comes out.
I'm with you. 100%. I think Cody Rhodes at this point, I mean, it's like the man back in the day. How the same takes I had with the man is pretty much what I can just put onto him. He comes out and I'm like, well, I could just go make a sandwich and get ready for the other stuff because I don't really need to hear it. It's the same thing every week, it seems like. And then when he does get mad, like I think it was last week, he gets the Batman voice and it's just like,
yeah, it's cringy. It's not, but he's not a good actor. I mean, that's what it comes down to. He's just not a good actor. Like John Cena back in the day, they could shove him down your throat. He can come out and do the same thing every night, but he could act. You know what I mean? He could make you feel what he was saying. And Cody Rhodes is he's a wet blanket.
Yep. And no offense to the sleazy car salesman from back in the day, but I've been saying that Cody Rhodes, it feels like he's a sleazy car salesman when he comes out there, because he's just like, he's selling you on something and I don't believe it.
Right. He's unbelievable.
Yeah. So get that right, Cody Rhodes. Don't make me come for you.
Take some fucking acting classes. I mean, The Rock's right there.
And then you got these kids online that are like, he's the new biggest thing going in WWE, like it. And they show, I seen this picture of like Stone Cold and then Cena and then like the Roman and then him. And I'm thinking to myself, this is outrageous. This is crazy, bro. Like, no way.
He has held that title for way too long. He should have kept it for a good 2-3 months, and then they should have stripped it from him, and he would have been more captivating. But what they did it in Vince style. They saw that he was the underdog, and he completed his story, and they saw the fucking sales of all the, his stupid helmet and all that shit, and they've gone with it.
It's a shame.
But we've seen it. We've been in this business long enough that they did it with Cena, they did it with Roman, and they'll do it with him. They're going to turn on him because they're shoving him down everybody's throat.
Yeah, hopefully tonight is the beginning of him becoming a bad guy. Like he started a fight with Carmelo last week to go into this fight tonight. So hopefully he cheats or does something stupid to piss everybody or start to piss everybody off, because he has way too many fans. Plus, you want to keep a guy that's hot as your babyface as long as possible, I guess, to maximize just, all the money you're going to make with it and that stupid song and everything else that I'm all sick of. But yeah, it is getting to be that time, maybe overtime, where he needs to be bad, because this whole golly gee shucks, hey, my daddy, that shit, like, get out of here.
He Rhodes kid. Awesome.
And then the main event is for the War Games advantage. We got Jey Uso. And we have Jacob Fat 2.
No,
not Jacob Fat 1 or Fat 3. Jacob Fat 2.
No leads.
Right.
Jacob's going to fucking squash him. Come on.
You think so?
Yeah, they're going to go into it with, especially, you want the bad guys to have the advantage, because they're doing this whole underdog. Poor Roman came back. He's not the same. Like, he keeps getting his ass kicked. Solo's fucking on fire right now. Of course they're going to. Jacob Fatu, like 100%.
No leads.
Yep, no yeet tonight. But then again, it's going to be cheating and all that. They can't make Jey Uso look weak to Jacob Fat 2, because he's merch table Jey Uso right now.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I don't think anything's going to change that.
As long as he's got the entrance and he has everybody doing the thing.
Yep.
T-shirts are going to fly off the shelves.
Jeez.
He could lose every single match from here until WrestleMania and still sell the shit out of merch.
Jeez.
Kids are so stupid. You little stupid kids. You guys would fall for anything.
Jeez.
That's why I'm pro yeet now. I used to be no yeet.
No leads.
But now I'm full blown yeet, because hey, that's where the money is.
Yeah, I'm pro yeet. Fuck that.
Jeez.
That's right.
Yeet.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But, the last thing we can talk about here is in general, WWE seems to have no more kayfabe. Like, and I get it. It's been gone for a long time, but it's like really, really gone, because I saw an interview just in passing, like a quick little snippet of one, and it was Bo Dallas of the Wyatt Six, the Mr. Creepy Man and all this, and he's talking about performances and all this stuff. It just reminded me of like Chris Jericho, where he would come out in a press conference after one of the AEW pay-per-views, and just kiss his own ass and wash his own balls in front of everybody the whole time. He'd dick ride himself and be like, I came up with this and I came up with that. And isn't it wonderful that I did this and I did in the performances and my thing? And I'm just like, so it's fake. You know what I mean? It's like after Joker Foley ado, he doesn't come out and do a press conference and then go, yeah, and then Harley Quinn left me and I got my cheeks taken in prison. I got fucking my cheeks busted, and then the real Joker came over and stabbed me. And they do that at like Comic-Cons and stuff, but they don't do it like after the movie in the theater to the people that just watched the movie. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like the wrestlers are doing to me. And it's like, stop it.
No, it's cringy enough, like going on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff and seeing them like be buddies, like outside. Like we've always hated that shit.
No
like,
heat.
Yeah, no heat. So yeah, for them to go out in a press conference like after being a heel and saying like, oh yeah, what a great crowd and blah blah, fuck off. Like play into it a little bit. Jesus Christ.
Exactly. And that's where we just miss the Undertaker these days. They're out here playing video games, not even trying to act like they're wrestlers off the screen or anything. I'm with the Undertaker with all that. Like the old school guys, they do have there is something to it. If we want there to be some kind of lines being blurred, how are you going to blur the lines when you're hitting somebody, say, with a steel chair on TV, and then 5 minutes later you're backstage telling everybody how you took it easy on them, and I'm glad everything worked out and everybody liked the story we just told and all this. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. One guy I can respect that we shit on a little bit is MJF. He'll go to these cons and shit and he stays in character. Like yep. I just saw something where somebody came up with a WWE title and wanted him to take a picture. And he picked it up like it was like a shitty diaper and took the picture all fucking disgusted. It was great.
There was a story I heard where they brought him a WWE belt and everybody was all mad because he threw the belt and it hit the ground. It's like these belts are like $100 something or whatever. But still, like, would you go and give that to MJF? Of course not. He's probably going to do something to it.
Yeah, but I can respect that. Mm-hmm. Like he's up to that kayfabe shit.
Shout out to you, MJF. You are over with us. Don't think our criticizing and critiques out here are anything. You're one of the main things that make that show go. It's just everything is just becoming very repetitive with everybody.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
You just need to change it up. They do.
Like the final boss, you got to recreate yourself into something else.
Yes. You have to become worse.
Yeah. Take some titty fat out and then grow some sideburns. Maybe that.
And still wrestle in your tighty whities.
That's right. Hey, everybody that's watching right now. I can't believe you are. You've been watching this whole time. What's wrong with you? We've been going solid, almost an hour and a half, but it's almost time for the show. It's almost time for me to make my sandwiches. I don't make them during the podcast like I'm an indie wrestler on the Dr. Huge show. That's for them to do, not for me. Fuck right. That. I make them off screen. Don't make them on screen. I'm not going to go to the produce aisle like Young Reezy. That in the middle of a show.
Yeah.
Produce aisle. So I'm going to go eat sandwiches. Thanks for coming on, Sleaze. Of course, he'll be back again. And we'll be doing this close to every day of the week. I mean, I'm going to keep doing streams and we're going to keep having guests and doing the whole thing. So like, share, subscribe, tell everybody that we're back. Tell everybody. And subscribe on YouTube specifically. Come to YouTube, subscribe there, like the video, and it helps a lot. And any parting words, Sleaze?
Good to be back. Glad to see some of the old guys. We're going to wise up these fucking kids and, let's go.
All right. Stick around, Sleaze. Don't go anywhere, but everybody else, you can fuck off.
Titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! 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 Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You fucking mark!
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.